Hey guys, welcome back. Coming up in today's video, we've got reserve list cards that are spiking and we're going to talk about the market. Can you believe what's going on out there? That's right, it's coming up next. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back. MTG Moxman here. How you guys doing? We're going to have some fun today. If you're new to the channel, take a second to smash that subscribe button and join in the fun as we march toward our 2,000 subscribers. And then we'll open a box of Weatherlight and have some fun with it. I know, old boxes, old times, old conversations. Remember, I am often imitated but never duplicated. Let's go over some reserve list cards today and have some fun. Now, before I start jumping into the actual cards, I just want to remind people that what happens is supply and demand always decides on the older reserve list cards what will go up, what will go down. Somebody decides an old card's no good or an old card's awesome. Some people just have a nostalgic view of a card or they never noticed it before. So that said, these cards can go up and down, but generally they never go back down to zero and they usually don't reach new lows. After they kind of pitch up a bit, they stay there. Just last week we talked about how a Black Lotus, only one sold in all of December. And it was $3,000 worth of sold listing with like $100 shipping, okay? But then what happened, and that's a Canadian price, by the way. That's Canadian price. And then what happened was I saw, finally this month, just in the last 2 days, 2 new collector edition Black Lotuses came up on the market. But they're like $5,000 and $6,000. That's a big jump. Somebody is trying to see if the market will accept the fact that we're going to pitch that at $6,000 and see if somebody buys it. That's 6,000 Canadian again. So it'd be what, 4,500 US? Still a lot of money, guys. A lot of money. But that's what people do with supply and demand. If there's nothing out there, whoever is putting it on the market can set that price to see if it'll sell. Fair enough for them, right? And remember, some people like to draft the old boxes. So old boxes do get opened, and there are still lots of sales figures to say these things are selling to collectors to store and make them look pretty in their backgrounds. But they do get opened. YouTubers crack these things. When we get to 2,000 subscribers, I'm cracking that Weatherlight like I promised. Gotta be a man of your word, right? So please keep it in mind that this is some crazy stuff and these are crazy times. People have money right now because governments are giving their citizens money to help survive on. But if you live at home, you may not need all that money, so you might be going out to buy a reserve list card. You might be investing in some Magic cards because you're like, hey, I've always wanted this card. I'm going to go out and get it. I'm going to go out and get my first power card. I'm going to go out and have some fun with it. Very understandable in some cases, especially if you can afford to do so. All right, so what we'll do now is I'll jump into some of the cards to give you guys an overview of what we're seeing in the market. So our first card is going to be Yavamaya Holo, right? So you're seeing over here the sold listings. And those sold listings are like, 40, 50 bucks. Okay? Very reasonable. Seems pretty awesome. But when you look over here, look what people are asking for now. People are asking 91, 109, 119. This is in a 30-day period. So you're looking at figures that go, wow, pretty good price, to wow, that's gone up a lot in price. It is still selling. Even the newest ones are selling at these prices, guys, but it shows the market accepted the fact that when people cleared out a lot of the cheaper ones, right, when these ones sold and the new listings came up here, we saw everything jump up in price and everyone accepted that fact that Yavamaya Holo was worth it. Now, remember, it's a great land. It's on the it's on reserve list. It's not going to be reprinted. And then when you look at the card, it doesn't come into play tapped. It taps for colorless, but then you can also regenerate creatures, which makes it an amazing card. And a lot of the players who are newer out there, you haven't seen regeneration that much, but it's because it slows the game down. Wizards isn't very fond of that mechanic anymore, but it can really be a lot of fun to make sure your creatures just can't be killed. So Yavamaya Holo, you are awesome and you are here to stay. We believe in you, and it looks like that price is going to continue to go up. So right now I've seen them for like $89.99. I think it was the cheapest I found, but I didn't like the shipping. And it's in the US, so I'm sure a US buyer would get a better shipping rate than I would. Okay? So great card, good card. I'm telling you. All right, next up. So here we have Deranged Herman. Okay, now Deranged Herman is like a 5 casting cost 1/1 who puts 4 squirrel tokens into play. But with Kaldheim announcing that new squirrel, and there's like little squirrel tokens and stuff you can get from other decks now, people can build a squirrel deck or at least get him in there. And they want to play with him, they want to try him out. This Deranged Herman, which the art is beautiful, he's a great card. But when you see that listing, 15, 16, 19 bucks, that's very reasonable. For a reserve list card, come on, that's a good buy. But look, dun dun dun. Now you go over here and you go, oh, it's 40 bucks or 24 plus 30 bucks shipping or $44 with lower shipping. It's still closing on the $50 mark in a 30-day period. Because what happened with these ones is people say, I want to try it out. Then here it's like, oh, the supply got choked out. There's not a lot of these cards out there. Now the demand's going through the roof. People want to play with it. So because you want to play with it, somebody buys it. Supply and demand, again, we have a choke point. This card is going up. It is an amazing card. It is awesome to see it in play. The echo effect of that card can kind of be a negative, but there's so many ways around it nowadays with the more modern cards that, you know, Thassa can just keep resummoning it every turn, recasting it, and then you get a whole army of squirrels. An army of squirrels overwhelming someone is something to behold. So, way to go, Squirrel Army. Deranged Hermit was, you know, they're asking a lot right now. It did sell cheaper. It is what it is. Enjoy the card. It's awesome. He is pretty awesome. Now remember, even cards like Salvati Excavations, we talked about this last week as well. It started shooting up when a few people bought it. There wasn't that many out in the market. Locally, it's selling for 30 bucks. $24.99 plus tax locally here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So I don't know what's selling in your local markets, but when you look at Salvati Excavations, it doesn't really have any drawbacks. It's an amazing card. So of course, people eventually are going to notice that card and have it shoot up. So it is, you know, it's a great card, but people buying it after they watched my channel and watched the thing, that's what happens. Crazy. All right, next up, look at this. We got the Academy Rector. Now, amazing card again. Forecasting cost 1, 2. When it dies, I think you get to put in like an enchantment from your deck. It gets come right into play. Awesome card. And again, you see it 60, 62, 61. Very reasonably priced, okay, for the actual card. And of course, it's been out of print for what, 20 years? Very cool, okay? Very old card. But look what happened. Again, we go over here and you see 76, 87, 89. We see a price jump that just, it's 20, 25% easy, plus the shipping rates. So it went from like, oh, this is pretty affordable, still a great card, to wow, we're shooting up through the roof. What are we going to do? Do I want to buy it now? This is one of those cards I would say buy it now. It's just been underappreciated. It's going to go higher. Some of the enchantments out there are just crazy bonkers nowadays. So it's a great card to go into a Commander deck. It's a great card to go into other formats. So I think it'll be bought more. And with Commander being a very popular format, and with Commander growing the way it is, a lot of these cards are being eaten up for those decks as well. Not just somebody building a vintage or legacy deck or somebody wants it for a collection. It's being used up for this. Okay, it's being used up for Commander. So people want it, they want to buy it. This is the time they're choosing to buy it because they have funds available. And some of these cards were just underappreciated, and it was about time they went up. Okay, it was their time to slowly creep up, which you've heard about for years is like, you know, cards sometimes don't go up all at once. They do a 1% increase, a 2% increase. They go up by 50 cents, 25 cents, 30 cents for a couple of years. And then all of a sudden, some mechanic or something happens, some event that causes that card to shoot up. Not all the reserve list cards are ever going to go up, but eventually they will all be gone, which will force prices up. There's only so many of each one. Even if there's 500 million in the world, still only 500 million. How many have survived that long? How many cards are in dumps, destroyed by parents or families? I don't need to convince you. You can convince yourselves that you know some of these cards are really old and they're worth a lot of money. Every time somebody builds a new Commander deck that wants some cards and they have to go out and buy a few of these reserve list cards, it makes the price that much more expensive, right? And people don't just sell it back onto the market because they lose money. They want to keep it. I'm not going to rebuy this again in 5 years. I'm just going to hold on to this card now that I bought it. It's reserve list. And that's what happens, guys. So keep it in mind, okay? When people buy reserve list, they usually don't go right back onto the market unless something horrible happens. If something bad happens, then that's when people sell, right? Other than that, we all enjoy the game. We keep playing it, and we keep having fun with it. And that's what you're seeing in the market right now is people wanting to get some of these cards, they've gone out and bought them now. So crazy. Now, to end things off, I just want to let my patrons know I have another video that'll come out, I think, Friday night or Saturday morning. I'm going to give you guys a heads up on some of these buy list cards on my Patreon, so you guys will know what's coming up, just in case you want to pick some of these up beforehand, before the video hits it, okay? So thanks a lot. Just want to let my patrons know I'm thinking about you out there. And to all the regular viewers out there, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the video today, and I look forward to doing more for you every day. Any comments, please leave them below. Love to talk to people. Also, if you have any cards you want me to look up for you, I can try to look those up in future videos as well, okay? Just leave it in the comment section. I'll be happy to help you guys out. Have a great one today, guys. This is MTG Moxman. See you soon. Shop smart, shop smart. And then I go down and I click the button, and then that's the end. And you all get to walk out. Oh, wait, we're all probably home right now. Well, you get to chill out then. Have a drink of water like I will. All right, have a great one, guys. Hey guys, big shout out to all my patrons out there. Thanks a lot for helping me out. You guys all rock. New viewers, old viewers, you're all awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was MTG Moxman. Look forward to bringing you videos every day. Have a great one.